What's up YouTube, my name is Maps, this is the first video on this channel and today we're going to discuss the T and the CT side on Anubis. I hope you will learn something in this video and yes, let's go. Starting on T side you can go into two positions, you can go B or A. So if you start in this spawn, you can always smoke middle. You can also smoke middle, going into this position here, and just aim on the top of this railing and jump throw. So if you go A in the pistol round, you usually make a split, that there are some players going here and here. The smokes that are following in this direction are the connector smoke, a jump throw. It is allowing the water player who is walking up here, playing in this position first, then just jumping down, dropping down and asking for a flash. You can after the flash just walk into the smoke here and pop off. So if you get a flash here and the player is holding here, you can get entry frags. After this smoke, you can also smoke middle. I usually like the smoke to use in the pistol rounds. There are 4 players going middle. I am the only gun with a P250 and the flash available. Watching here, watching down here and going A main. After we learned these 2 smokes, we, for example, can go here, make a jump throw to native position on A, and play A. The different way around is to walk here. If there is a teammate rushing, you can give him a pop flash. So the flash is popping right here, and you just straight up walk out. And then you have A long control. If you're arriving in this position, following the flashes that we just made, you can go into this position here and ask a teammate to drop a smoke. You can smoke the entire A side from this position. I will show you how it goes. So after you throw these 2 smokes that I just showed you, you walk onto this position and Molotov it. So after you smoke this position and this position, you have the perfect execute to go out A. You know, this is like the easiest smoke, the Molotov. So if you have a player who's smoking a Molotoving, having a Molotoving side, for example this Molotov and this smoke, you can also run out A. If you come here, you can smoke middle. For example, if you know that you're going to do an A split, so 2 or 3 of your teammates are going mid, and you have 1 player watching water, and you are using the control of holding A main, you can smoke, after you make this line up, middle for them. So in the middle of this thing here and jump throw. Then you also can Molotov again to prepare the aggression that they can't walk back. I wouldn't prefer this Molotov here, because otherwise if they're killing him and they want to go A, they're stuck, you know. So just this Molotov and afterwards you go A long. Starting on T side going B, we have the possibility to throw some smoke. So you just go between the 2nd and the 3rd pillar here and jump throw. And after you do the smoke, you usually can walk up here, maybe make sure that there's no one peeking here, and try to figure out where the players usually play here. You can of course Molotov deep, that you drag him out onto the side and try to figure out where the 2nd player is. You can also ask your teammate to do this Molotov in case there is someone playing close to connector. You line up exactly, I think on this line here. Genau. You line up here to ask your 2nd friend to Molotov close to connector pillar. So the player that is playing behind this one is going out here or is going into connector. If you walk up middle, you usually have this smoke thrown from the T spawn. Coming middle, you need to be very careful about this position. The CTs always make a smoke from CT spawn to enable a push into the water position. What you can do about this is you have a teammate, and you can boost above this here. So you have a teammate, and you can peek like up here. The second is, of course, you can break the smoke or spam it, you know, if you know that there's no one peeking water and killing your teammates in water. What you also can do, if there is no smoke, and there's our mid smoke, and this Molotov, yeah, and then you usually have mid control. Try to kill the players that are standing close in this position. Coming into middle, usually you have players that like to re-pick it or play a weird cross setup. So some players are usually here, and some CT players are always playing in this position. It's a very strong position to catch players off guard that usually try to hard play this, and they don't care about the angle that you can have here. So when you come up mid, you need to care about these positions, you know, like hard cleared. And then sometimes you should try to flash mid to just pick this guy. Then you can just walk up and throw a smoke, like onto this thing here. And then you have mid smoked off. If you're here, you can also ask for the smoke that is thrown from this position that I just recently showed you. So when you are stuck here and you have no smoke anymore, and you know that there's an A player and you want to make an A split, you ask the player to make the smoke here, and then you can walk up into the A region. Starting on CT, there are also some smokes you can instantly throw. For example, if you spawn in this position right here, you can instantly smoke stairs that, for example, the A players can push and kill the players that are playing here with flashes. It's like a default smoke you can always throw. For example, if you want to play aggressive in connector or an A. You can also throw the smoke when you go into this position and jump throw it. It's more consistent, and sometimes, you know, if you're unsure about the positions, just go into this corner and jump throw it right there. After this smoke, you can also make a lurk smoke into B. So B main lurk smoke, you see this little pin, and you go to the right side of it when you make a line and jump throw it. You have a nice one-way smoke that is being used to like push on B. You can, for example, just go here, of course you walk, and you walk up and try to shoot. When your teammate walks there, you can also make a jump throw. I usually like this combination of smokes and flashes. When you go in this position, jump, jump throw. The first flash will bind everyone, especially in this position, and the second one enables the player to jump up on this thing and kill everyone who's playing here. This is how to play aggressive in these positions. Then of course you can play in these positions. Here you can use flashes when there is a deep aggressor and try to fight B. I like to play here in this position because you can always, if you know that they're coming with B, peek with the flash and kill everyone that is going B. You can also Molotov straight up here if you know there is connector aggression and you have no real time to like fight here and just like clear this angle. So after that, flash, peek, kill them. There are some nasty flashes you can also use in connector. For example, go here and you know as a connector player that you wait for the contact. You see it in every pro match. For example, in G2, like I think Hunter is playing in this position and he likes to just jiggle peek here and like takes out the pin, and if there's one he just smokes. And it's all about like wasting the time of the opponent, especially in connector when they use like early utility to like throw smoke or flashbangs into it or molotovs. You can delay them a lot. So after you have this position, like you don't have this position, you can go into this corner and also push it back. So if you have a teammate there or he's playing there and you know he's asking for flash, you can go into this position, you go between these two dots onto the outside line and jump flash. And then you can just clear them out. It's a very effective flash. Also, when you know that they're going back to A, or you have time, you can line up your flash right here. You should see the gray part, or not the exact, not all of that, but a little bit. And then you go here, jump flash, and you can peek water. If you're retaking B and you don't know what to do because there's a smoke, you know? There's sometimes a smoke. You have two choices. You, for example, can spam the smokes. Zontix from Spirit, he usually likes to throw nades on this pillar. It's a very effective usage of utility because it's denying the plant. Coming into middle, you sometimes use your nades very early. So you can smoke mid from here or from CT spawn. Like I already showed you guys, this is a strong position. As an AWPer, you play here. Going A, you usually have two options. You can either push, or you can go into this position. There's a teammate who's dropping you the second nade, and you always try to figure out to make some damage early in the rounds. This nade is making like minus 30, minus 40 damage, and if you have two of them, you can just nade after the time, after the first one. So this player is picking, this guy is like playing with AWP or holding like that, and he always gets damage if there is one guy standing right here. But you need to be careful, like I have showed you on T side. There are always players that throw the nade very early to damage also the players that are jumping from here and trying to do some nade damage. Going A, you have also strong positions right here. You can play behind this pillar. Also show some aggression sometimes, because players like to always go on one side when it's nothing working. So if you are a player, you also try to push sometimes. You can throw this flash to like push. I usually recommend this smoke from the T-spawn early, that I just showed you, and then flash. You can walk out and force rounds, like try to punish them. If they're holding here, if there's only one player here and he's flashed, punish him. And what a lot of pro players do, they like to play in these positions here. And it's a very effective position. And here, after plant, for example, you can play here. One player's here. But you always try to take heaven. And that's basically it.